So what's the get down?
Hip hop cultural lifestyle show.
Yo, what up? This is ELove. What's the get down?
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I should say El Shabazz Yo J, or if I should go ahead and say more of a, you know, I don't even want to just say rock the bells because it's way more than that. You know, you the actual logo. And we're going to tap into that. So, like I like to say, what's the get down? This is Mr. ELove, ladies and gentlemen. We finna take you guys through a journey that you probably didn't even know about. And then you'll see why this man is very beneficial to what is understood as hip hop and everything that you know is hip hop. So let's start from the beginning. Where to start at?
It started St. Albans, Queens, but before Queens, it started for me in the Bronx. I'm a middle child of immigrants, came here, migrated for a better life, moved to Queens. Then I met James Todd Smith, known as LL Cool J, and boom, the story started.
And then from that point right there, did you think that, like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do from now on? Because you were making beats. So, matter of fact, let's back up. Do you consider yourself a producer, or do you consider yourself an artist? Do you consider yourself a writer? What do you consider yourself? Because you do all of these different things.
I'm more of a director, producer. Back in the days when the music was really going, I started making tracks, and then I started the street team approach. At that time, I was mainly producing, then I started doing more marketing. So now it's a combination of writing, producing, and directing. And we have a marketing team that handles all the PR and all that stuff.
All right, so coming from that standpoint, do you think that you learned more just working from the business standpoint that you just explained, or, you know, back then, or do you think you know more now? Because I still want to tap in, like, because it wasn't an easy situation for you back then. Like, people didn't even really know who you were.
Yeah, of course, yeah. They knew my face, but they never really grasped what exactly does this guy right here do? Because we see you, but it's not clear. You're not rapping, you're not DJing, so what exactly do you do?
Right.
The question is kind of a mystery. I'm the guy that anytime you have a successful artist, artists always need to bounce ideas off. I'm the idea guy. He'll start bouncing ideas off me. I'm like, no, we'll change this word. I'll say it like this. I'm that guy that would shape what he put together and take it to the next level. From the music standpoint to, you know, going in, coming up with a concert for the music video, or coming up with the marketing campaign for the entire tour, or the marketing for that CD. I'm that guy that will take an idea and make it happen to whereas now CDs are moving. Streams are being streamed. Downloads are being it's happening because of the concept of selling that song. The business really have not changed. It's still simple. Make a song, sell a song. Whether it's stream, whatever, still a sale.
Everybody's trying to reinvent the wheel.
It's still a sale.
So let's get to it though. So how many albums did you stay with LL?
4.
World tours and everything?
Oh, the whole split. We went tours numerous times around the country, numerous times around the world, Europe, Asia, the whole spiel. Yeah.
Did you, what led you to go ahead and start doing your own thing?
Well, 1989, I was shot by 3 different guys at the same time, about 7, 8 times. I was in the hospital 3 years, 2 major operations, and during that time, I have a lot of time to reflect on my situation as a whole from the health standpoint to what am I going to do when I get out of this bed 3 years later, you know? Mm-hmm. He's on his 5th, 6th album, the whole show's changed. What's my role in this, you know? So I started pretending that I was starting my whole career over. Now this could be anything I wanted it to be. Keep in mind, this was before social media. This was, cell phones was just coming around this time. So this is late 80s, early 90s, where, you know, it's the interesting time because a lot of different directors and producers, they started landing these big, huge deals to do these videos for like $1 million.
Right.
I'm missing out on that. I'm like, wow, I know I could do that, but I didn't get that opportunity because I'm in home rehabbing for 3 years.
All right, so you were shot 9 times, correct?
8 times.
8 times.
It was 5, and then they discovered 3 more bullets that were entered at the same time. So it was reported 5, but it was actually 8.
You still have one in your arm, right?
Still one's in my chest, and it's a situation. There's never a day that you don't think about it. So that's the mental trauma that follows you all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of tap in. So you're shot, you're rehabbing for 3 years. Hey, what's going on? What's going through your head?
Well, first thing is first. First, you got your health is number one. That's the first thing. Nothing is going to happen until you get your health right. It was a challenge because my leg was broken. I lost 125 pounds. So I'm down to 100 pounds with a broken leg. When I came out the coma, I could not really, my vision was somewhat blurry. My speech was somewhat off. I really couldn't articulate and speak.
Right.
So I had to learn to do everything all over again. It was like being born again, but you're an adult. So, you have to learn how to eat, how to hold a spoon. This is a process. This does not happen overnight. Then I had to get the second operation to reconnect my intestines. I had a double barrel incision where I had my colon out with 2 bags.
So your intestines
yes,
were on the outside.
I had a double barrel colostomy.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. This is serious business.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's not a flush wound where patch up and go outside, hang with the no. You're not going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. So it was a process.
So
Just to get back to this point.
So as you were going through the process, where did you wind up at?
I was going through the process. I needed to get better. I moved back to my mom's, left Rockland County, moved back to Queens. I need to stay at home and need to stay there because I knew my mother would not fail me.
Right.
Women come and goes, homies come and goes. We all been through wives and girlfriends and baby mamas and homies, but your mother will never fail. A true mother will never fail you in that position.
They say it's 2 people that you wind up calling before you die. They say one is your mama and the other one is God.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Probably in that order. So I was blessed to have the type of mom that really looked out. And my sisters and brothers, they looked out too, but my mother really made sure I had everything I needed. Thank God.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it's big time.
So when you said you were going to start your career again, during this process, what did you come up with?
So right now I have a company called VR Innovator. 2016, I was living in Tokyo. Me and my partner at that time, we came up with a reel of this game, and when we shopped it to some other people that's in the video game world, they saw it. They was like, "Wow, how did you do that?" It was a 2K standalone, no cell, no wire. We had the app on the cell phone, where the cell phone was plugged into the HMD. That's when the HMD was sold at, like AT&T store or T-Mobile store. Right. Like 20, 30 bucks. You plug the phone in and you can go into the VR space. So we made an app that I can take you in the headgear with the computer and I could put you into this car. Because it's a VR. It'll trick your brain to letting you believe that the car is right here, and you try to sit in the car. Everybody falls on the ground. I see it happen every time. So when the company finally saw that demonstration, they gave us the seed round 2016. So I started off on the tech side. We have 2 video games where one's a driving game called Fearless G. The Drift King is the face of that game. The other one is a boxing game called The Takeover. The Takeover, face of that game is my godson. His name is Teofimo Lopez. He's fighting Lomachenko October 17th.
Hey.
All the lightweight belts.
So is it safe to say you're a little biased, or?
Oh, it's going to be a knockout.
I mean,
Teofimo's going to dust them off early. It's going to go about 5-6 rounds. If
5-6 rounds?
Yeah, that's my prediction.
So there's no bias in there anyway, right?
No, it's going to be a good fight, but it's going to be a short fight.
Short fight.
Good and short, yes.
All right. So I guess we're going to have to snatch that out since
Yeah,
you said
no
that
doubt.
right there. Let's go ahead and have you say it one more time. Who's going to win this fight? Because I want to make sure we get this clear.
Teofimo Lopez knockout by 6.
Yes,
You heard
sir.
it here first on What's the Get Down.
ELove at you,
No
baby.
doubt.
ELove at you. So you just basically went from hip hop to straight into like a startup.
See, I've always been involved in tech on the gaming side. I've always been an avid gamer since I was a kid, and I've always started checking out programming and coding and the whole nine. And me personally, what we're doing right now, we're going to bring tech to the inner cities to teach kids coding, programming, and game development in 7 different cities. We have a startup that's going to give kids free lessons. I have some of the top guys in that space that's working on my game. And these guys did Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Black Ops. So they're going to come into the inner city, New York and some other cities, and teach the kids technology for free after.
All right, what we got to do?
School.
What we got to do to get it out here in LA, baby?
It's coming. I mean, LA is my second home.
Talk to me. What we got
LA
to do?
is definitely coming. Nowhere fans about
All
to
right,
come.
all right.
Absolutely.
I got you.
Yeah, I need that space in LA though. I need the right space in the inner city where the kids can go, where it's easy access. I'm not gonna put in Beverly Hills or Santa Monica. I want it to be down by Crunch or somewhere where they can just go.
Well,
after school.
It's a strong possibility, you know, you can partner up or
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally
co-brand
open.
or make it mobile.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, so it's a few different ways. So I see you with that. That's actually a great idea.
Yeah, I have a lot of companies that's going to come in and sponsor with computers and tablets and phones. I already reached out to some companies because I brought Stan Lee to the Tokyo Comic Con 2016, and I received a lot of different companies sponsorship because of that.
Hold up. Did you say Stan Lee?
Yeah, it's on my phone, bro.
You talking about the Stan Lee?
The Stan Lee, yes.
All right, go ahead. Now, no, you gotta tell the story.
I'm gonna tell you all about it. This
tell
is
the story. I mean, you can't just drop that name. and then
I'm gonna tell you
that's Mr.
all
Marvel.
about it. I'm gonna
All
tell
right,
you
please
all
do,
about it.
Please do.
Yeah, we raised the seed round 2016. After we received funding, I said we need to bring something big to Japan, right? So my partner was like, well, we should bring a Comic-Con. I said, great, we can bring Stan Lee. Everybody said Stan Lee is not gonna come. Everybody said Stan Lee is not gonna come. So I forgot to tell them that Stan's a personal friend of mine. So I spoke to Stan, and Stan said he'll come for this amount of money, and we worked the deal out. So we had Stan Lee, Jeremy Renner, Lance Henderson, Matthew Lewis. It was a nice lineup. It was a 3-day Comic-Con. There's 150,000 people there each day. We were one of the title sponsors, VR Innovator. And I'm the only African American to bring Stan Lee to a major Comic-Con outside of America. Yeah. It was one of my biggest moments because I've always wanted to work with him. And on my phone, I have a screensaver where it's me, Stan Lee, and my partner,
Hey, that's
my
dope.
ex-partner.
So did you ever want to deal with him on the Marvel side or any of that type of, you know?
No, I never
space or
had
anything?
any involvement there. I just had my involvement with Stan Lee was strictly the 2016 Tokyo Comic Con.
And just
It's a classic. He went to the next one next year, but 2016 was better than the one he went to in 17. It was hard to beat the first one because the excitement was there. The booth was incredible. I have a trailer that I can play at another time. And you see the trailer, you'll see our booth in there. You'll see Stanley talking about his experience and the whole night.
Well, tap in, give it to us. You know what I mean, and that way the people can see it as well.
Yeah, we gotta send that trailer. You have to send that trailer.
But the thing about it is I wanted to ask you something because I ain't really want to tap into it unless that's how you felt. Because I know you're getting ready to start talking about the things that you know really close to your heart.
Yeah.
Because I see where you're going. I see it on your face. Did you want to discuss, you know, you being shot, or did you want to go ahead and
Yeah.
walk by?
That was a, well, I was shot in 2 different occasions. The first time I was shot was 1987. I was in Jackson, Mississippi. We was on tour. We meaning LL Cool J, Run DMC, Eric B. and Rakim, Public Enemy, the Beastie Boys, and Eric B. and Rakim. We had a crazy tour.
That's a dope tour right there.
That's a dope tour right there.
Yeah.
Right, so we're on tour. We're in Jackson, Mississippi. The mayor came down and told us.
Got shot.
We have the mayor and the police commissioner of Jackson, Mississippi had a news conference with us the day before, a closed door meeting. Hey guys, we received a credible threat. Some gangbangers is trying to kill somebody and make a name for themselves. So nobody leave the hotel without bodyguards. Agreed? Right. Okay, no problem. Next day is the show. Right after the show, we back at the hotel. Cut Creator was like, yo, I'm getting hungry. Let's go get some food. All right. So we jump in the van, me, Cut, and Cliff Love from Houdini. We go to Dairy Queen. Next thing I'm like, whoa, it's a lot of people here. It's across the street from where we just played 20 minutes ago. So of course we have a bunch of people that just saw us in Dairy Queen. So everybody like, yo, can you sign this? Oh shit, yo, there they go right here. Let's sign this. All of a sudden some dudes came in, like, yo, rush him right now. Next thing you know, I'm jumping over the counter, through the kitchen, picking up the fryer, throwing it back, catching somebody in the face with grease. Next thing you know, yo, pass me a gun. I'm running in the parking lot. I have no idea where I'm going. This is 2:30 in the morning in Jackson, Mississippi. It's pitch black. I have a bunch of guys chasing me. I'm hearing, yo, pass me the pistol. What? Somebody got a gun, so I'm out of there. You know, it's either, if they catch me, I'm dead. They can't catch me, I'm fast, right? So I'm running, I get shot. Boom, hit me right in my ass. It went in and came out, right? Kept running. Long story short, Cut caught up to me in the van. I said, yo, man, my hat came off, man. And I got hit. I showed him the blood. He said, oh, shit, yo, I got to take you to the hospital. I said, yo, you think we can turn around and get my hat real quick? No, you crazy, I'll buy your hat. I said, it's not the point. I want that hat. Man, just shut your mouth. So blood's coming out. Cut's driving crazy because he's nervous. I'm bleeding all over the van. I go straight to the hospital. He called, Tony, yo, Earl's been shot. What? Next thing you know, it's all over the media, right? Next day I go home, they said it's infected. Next thing you know, I'm in the hospital. Right? That wasn't that bad. I got recovered, missed part of that tour, but I moved on 1989. This is the one that really changed my life. I'm in Queens, it's about a mile from my mom's house, driving one of those fast, crazy cars. And I get out the car, 3 guys roll up to me, guns drawn. Yo, motherfucker, run your shit. I'm right in the middle of the street getting ready to go towards this club. So all of a sudden, something told me, take off my bracelet, hand it to him. So I put it in a place where I know when he reaches for it, I'm gonna push the gun away from my face, I'm gonna make him run for it. These guys are gonna kill me. So I'm gonna take off. So I push the gun away, made a run. I got hit here, chest, back, leg, stomach, groin, and ankle, right? By the time it was all said and done, they took off because the somebody called the cops and you hear the siren. So these guys jumped into an ambulance and they flew. One of the guys was in the driver's seat of the ambulance. That was their getaway. They used the ambulance to get away. They hit the siren and everybody moved out of the ambulance way. But this ambulance, these guys just shot somebody. So that they took off. Next thing you know, I'm in the hospital. Something happened to me in the ambulance. I saw my father. My father was dead already at this point. He tried to make contact with me. I was trying to make contact with him. The EMS guy strapped my hands down. Next thing you know, I passed out. I woke up. Somebody was making a star. Somebody was making a cross on my forehead. My hands were strapped down. 2 in my nose, 2 in my mouth. I was intubated, right? I wake up, they're putting the cross on my head. The priest is reading from the Bible. My mother, LL, Russell, Bill Adler, all the deaf stand, all my family is in the room. They give me my last rites. They said, the doctor's gonna pronounce me dead in about 2 minutes, his heart's gonna stop. I'm like, what? I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. So every day I was supposed to be dying that day, right? And I couldn't talk because I had to tube my mouth, tube my nose, and my hands were strapped down because I kept pulling my tubes out. So when they finally released my hands, 6 months later, I could finally move my hands. Now, imagine being like this for 6 months. Okay? You can't move, you tubing your mouth, tubing your nose, you can't talk.
Right.
So I finally was able to talk. They took the tube out of my mouth. I said, first of all, my leg is killing me. They did an X-ray, my leg was broken. All the 6 months with no cast. So I had 3 years recovery, bro. That 3 years was interesting. A lot of things happened in your mind mentally that you can't explain.
You think you came out stronger?
Huh?
You think you came out stronger?
Oh, I was stronger before it happened. I've always been a strong mental person. I've always fought through things and done a lot of things that everybody's like, wow, you did that? Yeah, no big deal. So I think it definitely affects the way how I look at everything.
Right.
Yeah. Every time I hear about a shooting in the news, it just takes me into another direction.
Right, close to home.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how is it you, sir, became the logo for a particular group?
Oh, I get a call from Bill Stepney. You know, he's PE's guy. He said, yo, Chuck want to talk to you. Yeah, no problem. So me and Chuck is talking about the logo thing. And Chuck's like, yo, I got this picture. And
did you know Chuck at the time?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, we on tour with each other. Oh, yeah, we already had relationships that we were, I mean, you know, we were dudes already way after that. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm honored for sure. I mean, the bill said, we're going to pay you too. I'm like, great, no problem. To be real, bro, I wasn't even tripping on the money. I was more excited about the honor, you know what I'm saying, to be the logo for PE. I mean, that's one of the iconic groups of this game, period, of any generation.
Right.
You know? The message that they bring is just another level.
Whose idea was it for that particular pose? Because that's usually the pose that you would do with ELove. So whose idea was that?
That was Chuck's idea.
That's dope.
Yeah, strictly Chuck's idea. I was just happy that he chose me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, real talk. I mean, he could have chosen anybody, but I was the right place, right time. So, that's an honor. Plus, I got paid, so it was really an honor at that point in time.
Did you do any more work with PE?
We have some stuff right now that I can't quite get into because of the contractions, but I'm doing something with Chuck right now, actually. Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. So I know you have some stuff that's close to your heart, you know, from many different facets. So let's go ahead and dig into it.
Sure.
You know, what is it that you want the people to know? What is it that you want to get out?
Well, this is going towards the gun control situation because there's actually a major problem. Besides the pandemic, of course, then we have the economic, then we have the racial injustice situation that's taking place in Kenosha. Every week it's a different city. Pick a city this week. You know what I mean? It's that's where it's at. That's where everything is at the moment. So, for me, there's a gun control problem in America. I know about the police violence. I understand all that. But before that, there's a gun control problem. And the last straw for me was when my younger brother was killed in a murder-suicide in 1997 by his college professor. Okay, this is my younger brother who was no gangbanger. He was a graduate of Penn State University. He graduated Penn State cum laude, and he went to Hunter College and graduated cum laude. He was working for Fox Studios actually when he was killed in Queens back in 1997. So this is something that I'm really passionate about, and I want to definitely get all the pieces out there on the marketing end to get the proper laws in place to get the guns off the street and out of the hands of some of these deranged people throughout this country. So
Do you have a criteria of
Oh yeah, we have the
like,
whole,
are you saying, like, all right, I'm taking everybody's guns, or are you saying, like, nah, you know, we got to get responsible people? And if you're saying that, who are the responsible people?
Oh, I have a whole team of people that work with me on this, and these are attorneys and politicians.
All right.
So these aren't guys that work at the barbershop. They can't
Right.
These are professional people. These are lawmakers, and these are people that are some of the top attorneys in Southern California. So I have a whole team of people that actually, we wrote a bill.
All right.
And we in the process of getting somebody to carry that bill. Because my attorney, she's actually written 40 bills that became law. So she's a pro at this.
Right.
That's what they do. I just came up with the idea and they added to it, and they have their own way of making it reality. So that's where we are with that situation right now.
That's dope. A gun bill.
Yeah, definitely.
What else you got going? Because you got some more stuff. Come on, quit playing. Come on, quit playing.
So I'm more into the community. The entertainment stuff is cool. I love it, but the community thing, to me,
that's why I said, what else you got?
Well, you know, 80% of the people in state prison right now are from the foster care industry. That's the industry where you and your wife is at home, y'all are having a disagreement. Your neighbor call the cops and they smell marijuana when they come over. All of a sudden they call DCFS, they take your 3 kids, just like that. Just because they smell marijuana. Now you're gonna have to go, they'll give you an attorney, and they'll give your kids an attorney. So you have 2 attorneys, one represents the parents, one represents the kids. Both firms have a $30 million contract from the city. Each kid that's in foster care receives $150,000 from the federal government. They give the state, and the state finds a foster parent. They give the parents a couple grand. They put the rest of their money in the judge's pocket. Everybody gets a piece of that. Yeah, I have my attorney. She'll come on and she can. I mean, she can really break it down.
She can come back. Man,
oh, I would love to bring her
back, and
she will really break it down.
Because there's other aspects, not just the child support. I mean, not just the actual just DC, you know,
DCFS,
but the child support aspect, where all of these brothers are, you know, don't either have access to their children or they're so under debt, they're paying interest. You know, they have to die like 10 times and come back just to pay that stuff off.
Yeah, it's a hustle. The whole thing's a hustle. Yeah. It's corruption because the taxpayers is paying for this, and it's called Kids for Cash. It's called Kid Jacked.
Wow.
There's a woman named Nancy Schaefer. She used to be a state senator of Georgia. If you Google her name, you'll see the story. She was about to blow the whistle, and all of a sudden they found her dead in her house with her and her husband. And
she was getting ready to expose
state senator. They found
kid trafficking.
They found her shot, and her and her husband both shot to death. They claimed it was a murder-suicide, but nobody really believes that. They did not. We're talking billions and billions of dollars here. Okay.
In trafficking children.
Give you an example.
But I'm saying, are we talking about trafficking children, or are we talking about trafficking other things also?
We're talking about trafficking kids.
Wow.
This is big business. For example, each kid in LA, the federal government gives the state $150,000 per kid. There's 100,000 kids in this state right now in foster care. There's 2 firms. Each firm have a $30 million contract from the city to represent the parents, represent the kid. Now, in order to get the kids back, you're going to have to go to parenting classes. Oh, by the way, they tell your wife she's going to have to divorce you and she can keep the kids. So what does she do? She said, okay, I'm getting rid of my husband. I want my kids back. They give her the kids back. You're going to have to go into a DV shelter in order to keep the kids. She goes into a DV shelter. She leaves her bank account, her credit cards, her phone. She can't take anything in there. So she's in there, just her and the kids, nothing. No friends, no contact. Day 5, after the kids come home from school, the cops come in with 3 social workers. They take your kids. Now, they tell you have 24 hours to leave because since you don't have the kids, you can't be in the family shelter.
There you go.
This is cold game, bro. This is real hustle game because the taxpayers pay the bill all day long. And there's a confidentiality code that the mother can't even go on the news and talk about this because if she does, she'll wind up in jail. One woman was in, I forgot which station she was in. She was telling her story just like this.
Right.
Cops came right outside. The minute she came out, put the cuffs on, just like that. Right. My attorney should get into that.
Right.
I want to stay focused on what we're doing.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Man, look here.
Okay.
When she comes, you know what I mean, we'll roll everything out. So don't worry about that. You touched on it, so it was a good introduction to it. But you have some more stuff too going on right now that we were discussing. What else? Come on, man.
This is it, bro. This is the election's it, and this is it. And you know, my VR. You know,
that's what I wanted to
get
into.
Oh, VR. Yeah. That's my baby right there.
See, and he didn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So can we talk about the VR now?
Sure. No doubt.
Right, let's go.
Okay. VR integrated. We have right now. It's all about the sports side. We have a player. His name is Douglas Coleman III, DC3. He's playing safety for the Broncos.
All right.
Last year he played as a senior at Texas Tech, same school Patrick Mahomes went to, and he led the nation with 8 interceptions. He signed a free agent contract with the Broncos, and he's rising on the depth chart. And another player we have, it's called Henry Ruggs III. We're making a stopwatch. We don't represent him as an agent. That's right. But we have him on the marketing and merch side, where we're doing his stopwatch because he was the fastest receiver at the combine this year. So we're doing his stopwatch. Douglas Coleman, DC3. We have a brand new cleats line that's coming out. It's called See Ya. Leaving negativity and my competition behind. See ya.
You always up to something.
No doubt, bro. That's it.
Up to something.
Yeah. Gotta keep it pushing.
You got anything else? Because I know who I'm talking to. You know, the people don't know that we have offset conversations. Like we know each other. So I know a bunch of stuff. So I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, he'll bring it out as we continue to go ahead and go further off into the season.
Yeah. Besides the reality show, the soundtrack, the sneaker line, the music, that's it. Other than that, that we're just going to keep rolling out content and keep inspiring and building the school and FOT, New Face of Tech, in the first LA and New York, where we can bring kids in and teach kids coding and programming after school for free.
That's dope. That's dope. So, as you see, ladies and gentlemen, it has been ELove, El Shabazz, Yo J.
What up?
What's the get down?
No doubt. What's the get down? ELOVE. What's the get down?
I'm on that brainwash, full rollout, anonymous, underplay the overplay, strategic, I promise. More dope brings more Negroes, watch them heroes, pro lethal, dream killers feast on people, Nubius indeed, mine on the hunt, Paul Bear, sharp fluid gates and piston bumps, no excuses, that's a sin, back to the begin, muscle memory, pseudo respect and revenge, plays blindfolded, a bucket list with interest, forgiveness, the shadows and mirrors who handle business, legacy, all grind, no guest list, land in jurisdiction, make your bread prejudice, for the purists and the tourists, Q sticky for ghetto jurors, swing high, swing low, you forgot that we do this, bank selection, smooth DR vibe, underground icon, you have now been gentrified.